I'm Elizabeth Prenger. I am the founder of a couple of businesses, the first being Prose Creative, which is a brand messaging and brand strategy agency. The second is Ossicle. It's a women's health product to help women recover after childbirth from vaginal tearing, hemorrhoids, anal fissures, all the lovely things that happens during childbirth that nobody talks about. And then I've also helped co-launch a women's health innovation hub here in Northwest Arkansas to help provide resources for women entrepreneurs who are building solutions in women's health and wellness. I approached Startup Junkie back in 2019 when I was kind of thinking about launching a service-based business, which ultimately led to Prose Creative, but found out about Startup Junkie, I can't remember how, but when I came in and shared my idea, and I had a little bit of imposter syndrome, as we tend to have, but they were super supportive from the very beginning and just kind of asked me some probing questions around what are some of your goals with this business? Do you know your target audience? What's your business plan? And really helped me map out that service-based business. And then when I had this crazy harebrained idea for an actual startup, a scalable startup, they were my first visit because I had had such a great experience with launching Prose, with their help and support. And then when I had the idea for Ossicle and I came to Startup Junkie, which I had become friends with them. But again, I was kind of like, oh, is this a good idea? What do you think? And they immediately were like, okay, this is how we see this playing out. And they encouraged me and helped me, actually walked alongside with me to apply for my very first accelerator program. And I wouldn't have even known what an accelerator program was without their help. And fast forward 2 years, I've now launched my own accelerator. So I really do attribute Startup Junkie to the very early stages of launching these businesses. What I really appreciate and value from Startup Junkie, not only the people that work here because they're wonderful, but I like their multi-prong approach to their programming. They have a lot of great resources, like workshops, events, networking events, programmatic offerings. I think they've built out a really nice network of service providers, fellow founders to collaborate with, mentors. Kind of thinking of the Fuel program, that's a good testament to the caliber of programming that they can provide here locally, but then also globally, which is really cool. We kind of have to wear all these different hats as startup founders. And again, you don't know what you don't know. So being able to go work with the team at Startup Junkie they have access to all these great resources that they've already vetted. They have trusted relationships. That saves us founders a lot of time. Time is our most valuable resource as a founder. So knowing that we can go talk to someone at Startup Junkie Foundation and maybe mitigate 5 or 6 conversations that we would have with someone that we don't know, that saves us a lot of time and headache. So I highly recommend going to work with the Startup Junkie crew.